Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be making some delicious food from recipes from the World of Tolkien cookbook, just in time to watch The Fellowship of the Ring. All right, if you're new here, hi, I'm Claire, welcome, come on in, make yourselves comfortable. I love a good cookbook of all types. I have tons of cookbook related content over here on this channel, so if you also like a cookbook, hit that subscribe button, check it out. So every January, my husband and I watch all three of the extended cut of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. This is a tradition that we've kind of done for years. I don't know why, it just seems like after all the hustle and bustle of Christmas is done, we like a little fantasy. Tonight we are watching Fellowship of the Ring, which is of course the first installment of the trilogy. I've got my natural Hobbit curls going today, and so I thought, everyone's favorite line, well I don't know if it's the favorite line, but the famous line about second breakfast is in this movie. So there is a whole chapter on second breakfast in this lovely book. And the one I settled upon today, we have spinach and sweet potato cakes. This you're going to find on page 36 if you are cooking out of your own copy of this book. I will leave a link to it down below if you want to get one because it is full of really cool recipes. So let me give you a little blurb. Bilbo's gardener, Hamfast Gamgee, the gaffer, would have raised a good crop of spinach almost all year round, we imagine. This recipe should take around an hour to make, and it serves 4. And while it is not second breakfast time, it's night. And that's because the kids are in bed, and we are gonna watch this movie. All right, for this recipe, you're going to need some spinach, some snow peas. It calls for scallions, but I could only find green onions. That was what was available to me. I also have sesame seeds, salt and pepper, corn, sweet potatoes, olive oil, and some all-purpose flour. All right, our first instruction is to peel and cut up 2.5 cups of sweet potatoes. Oh, I lost a potato. It's okay. I'm definitely gonna save these for my quail. I feel like the hobbits definitely would have raised quail if they exist in the world of Tolkien, because I feel like quail eggs are the perfect hobbit size. Woo. All right, to hit my 2.5 cups, I used about 3 medium-sized sweet potatoes. Next, in lieu of scallions, I am going to cut up 4 green onions. I think probably in a pinch, you could probably use like chives, or I would say maybe even shallots. Some sort of like more mild onion would work just fine. I'm sure the hobbits just use what they have laying around, right? All right, so I have a pot of water on to boil. There's just a pinch of salt in there. And I'm actually going to boil my sweet potatoes until they are tender. It's gonna take about 20 minutes. All right, continuing on our prep. Next we're gonna prep the spinach. I like to just take these little bits off the end because I just hate biting into something delicious and having like a little pokey leafy bit be in there. But this is not in the instructions, this is just a Claire thing. Now we're gonna need 2.5 cups of spinach. So yeah. Now that I have all of the spinach we're going to be using, I'm actually going to blanch them really quickly. We're gonna just really fastly cook them by pouring boiling water over the top. It's crazy how much spinach that actually is. It's like nothing. Next, we're going to prep our snow peas. Luckily, I did find these at the store. I wasn't so sure I would because it's not quite like pea season. We're going to need 1.5 cups of these finely shredded. So this is gonna be like kind of a lot of work. I don't know, yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Ugh. Where do the hobbits find the time? All right, now I've tossed the potatoes back in over a low heat just to burn off any moisture that's inside there because I don't want our cakes to be soggy. All right, it's time to combine everything. I was gonna grab my potato masher, but honestly, these are so soft, I don't even need to. I feel like I'm making baby food. All right, to make our little coating, we are going to be using sesame seeds and flour. You're gonna need 3 tablespoons of sesame seeds. That is kind of a lot of sesame seeds, I'm not gonna lie. Sesame seeds are expensive. I've also got a 1/4 cup here of regular all-purpose flour. Stir with my hands. All right, now that our potatoes are at a temperature I'm a little more comfortable working with, we are gonna go ahead and add our spinach, our green onions or scallions. We got our peas. And this is also where I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of corn. I just used canned corn because it's super affordable and I always have it in the pantry. This is also the point where we are going to season. The only seasonings in this recipe are salt and pepper. I'm not too worried about that. I think that should be fine just because we do have all of those green onions in there. That's gonna give us a lot of flavor. Plus we have those toasty sesame seeds, and I think that that's gonna be pretty good. This is looking very garden-y. I also think it's interesting that this recipe is actually vegan. We're not using any eggs to bind this together, which I think is pretty cool. I can't imagine that the Hobbits would be totally vegan, but they would have a largely plant-based diet just because they're pretty self-sufficient. They don't really deal with outsiders, so I would gather a lot of their food is grown in their own gardens. I think I'm probably making these a little bit too big. It's probably better. Now I'm gonna heat my oil and then we'll form them into little patties and dip them in our flour. All right, you see I squished it down just a little bit. Toss it in our flour. Oh, I don't know how it's gonna stay together without an egg in it. I'm skeptical Hobbits. So these are gonna be cooked about 5 minutes on each side. They're burning. Oh, a little bit. I gotta turn it down. Okay, it's fine. It's fine, guys. I'm worried that they're gonna fall apart, so I'm like really trying to let them cook, you know? All right, it is time to watch our movie. We have our delicious second breakfast sweet potato cakes. So, Gianni, do you have the movie queued up?
Yes.
All right.
We do not stop till nightfall.
What about breakfast? We've had one, yes. What about second breakfast?
What about second breakfast, guys?
His loss will none now live who remember it.
I feel that it needs more spices. Don't you feel it is very underspiced? Like, I'm sorry, Hobbits, but I feel like you would have an herb garden and there would be more herbs in here. Or something else.
Chili.
Ooh, a chili would be good. But I mean, you know, maybe this is for more of a bland Hobbit. Maybe it's that one that they walk by that makes the face at Gandalf and turns his back. This is that guy's recipe, I think. So yeah, if I were to do it again, I think I would add maybe some garlic. I don't know. But the texture is really nice. The sweet potato is almost like creamy. Like it's really
And I love
like soft and
the
pillowy.
sesame. That's a really nice flavor.
The sesame, yeah, you cannot skip the sesame. The sesame is good. But it is quite earthy. Like if you asked me to make a vegan patty, like this is what that is. It's just like a lot of vegetables. However, I think the peas give it a great little bit of crunch. Like they have definitely held on to their crunch. And the flavor of the corn adds a little bit of sweetness that I think is great. So what do you think? Do you feel like a Hobbit?
Yeah.
Wow. And that's Gianni's very compelling
second breakfast.
It's like a breakfast review.
It's really good. I like it.
Yeah. All right, you guys, so we're gonna get on with our little movie night. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and come back because I will be doing a recipe that goes along with each of the other movies that we will be watching this month. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Bonus scene. These are all the scraps from my Hobit patties, and I'm gonna give them to the quail. This is their little winter hutch, so that they stay warm in there. There you go, babies. Oh yeah. That one's name is Santa, and Santa loves corn. Okay, that's all.